Hey guys, what's going on? Oxford here, and welcome back to my updated Viper video. I've already done a video on this. When Viper dropped, I did a rotation video. And then they dropped some news on July 4th saying they're going to change Viper up a little bit in patch 7.05, and here is 7.05. Steel Fangs, honed steel potency of 300 has been added. I don't know what that is yet. The additional effects grants honed reavers has been added with the duration of 60 seconds. Honed Reaver's effect increases the potency of Reaving Fangs by 100 and Reaving Maul by 20. The effect cannot be stacked. So this is already changed. Hunter's Sting, potency increase. Dread Fangs. The action has been changed. The name of this action has been changed from Dread Fangs to Reaving Fangs, potency increase. And then it says Honed Reaver's potency of 300 has been added. Now here we go right here. The additional effect afflicts target with Noxious Gnash has been changed to grants Honed Steel with a duration of 60 seconds. And then you have Honed Steel effect, increase the potency of Steel Fangs by 100 and Steel Maul by 20. And then it says effect cannot be stacked with Honed Reavers. Swift Skin's Sting, potency has been increased. Steel Maul, okay. Honed Steel potency of 120 has been added. The additional grants effect grants Honed Reavers has been added with a duration of 60 seconds. Honed Reaver's effect increased the potency of Reaving Fangs by 100 and Reaving Maul by 20. Effect cannot be stacked, okay. Flank Sting Strike, potency increase across the board, as does the flank. So there's your positional right here. And we'll go in the rotation in just a second. Effect duration of Hindstung Venom has been increased from 40 to 60 seconds. 40 to 60 seconds. Okay. Flanks Bang Fang, potency increase for everything. And then 40. Okay, so the duration has been increased from 40 to 60. Okay. So there's no Noxious Gnash anymore. And it looks like so far there's no timer. There's no like third timer so far. Okay, let's keep going. Hind Sting Strike, right here. Potency has been increased. Effect duration of Flanks Bang Venom has been increased to seconds. Okay. Hind's Bane Fang, potency and increase on timer. Dread Maul. The action name of Dread Maul has changed to Reaving Maul. Potency increase. Honed Reaver potency, additional effect, afflicts target with Noxious Gnash has been changed to the name called Grants Honed Steel with a duration of 60 seconds. The Honed Steel effect does the following. It increased the potency of Steel Fangs by 100 and Steel Maul by 20. Hunter's Bite, potency has been increased. Slither, the time between action activation and character movement has been reduced. I'm curious to check that out. I know what they're talking about, so it may be like an animation sped up thing, you know, but we'll see. Swift Skin's Bite, potency has been increased. Jagged Maw, effect duration of Grimskin's Venom has been increased to 60 seconds. Bloodied Maw, same thing. Potency has been increased for Death Rattle. Dread Winder has a name change to Vice Winder. Wonder why they would change the name. Well, what made them go and say, we need to change the name of this? You know what I'm saying? Potency increase. The additional effect of Dread Winder afflicts target with Noxious Gnash has been removed. So no more Noxious Gnash for Dread Winder. Hunter's Coil, potency has been increased, and the flank potency has been increased. Swift Skin's Coil, potency has been increased across the board, and it says updated July 30th, which is today, right now. Pit of Dread. Action name has been changed to Vice Pit, and the potency has been increased, and there's no more Noxious Gnash. Completely gone. Hunter's Den potency increase, Swift Skin's Den potency increase, Twin Fang Bite potency up, and the potency has, okay, so all the potency's been increased. Twin Blood Bite, Uncoiled Fury, increase in potency. Reawaken, increase in potency. First generation, potency increase. Second generation, potency increase. Third, fourth, all up. Uncoiled Twin Fang, all up. Yeah, all this Twin Blade, all that stuff, potency is up. Ouroboros, increase in potency by 100. And then first, second, third, fourth legacy, all potency increases. Okay, let's go ahead and look at their gap closer Slither here. I want to see if it feels any different. Okay, it's way better. Okay, so Slither is fixed because there was like this weird gap closing issue with the animation where like when you went in with Slither, it was like this 1 to like 1.5 second delay. It felt kind of awkward. That has been fixed. Now you slide right in and you go right into your rotation. So I'm happy to report that Slither feels like exactly like it should have in the first place. You get what I'm saying? You know, when I was reading the patch notes and they named that new skill here, I'll go ahead and just show you right now. It's right here. It's called Hone Steel. That's all that's saying is that it's increasing the potency of your next action. That's literally it. They just removed Noxious Gnash. That's it. So you know how with Noxious Gnash you had that potency up, right? Well, now they're just increasing the potency of your next action of your combo. So you see how we have all these lit up? It's the same as before. What color is it? It's red, right? Just like in the other video I talked about. So if you do Heinz-Sting Strike or Heinz-Bane Strike, both of these, if you look off to the right side, it says from the target's rear with a potency increase. So we'll just click this one here, right? There's your potency increase. And we'll go to this rotation. And then look here. This one's Steel Fangs, right? Because I messed up my rotation while I'm talking, we'll do this again. So here we go. It's already green. Flank, Sting, Strike. It's in the name, right? So that's Flank. And then we click the Death Rattle continuation. That hasn't changed, right? And then Reaving Fangs. That's a new name. Swift Skin Sting. And then this one, that's basically whatever's lit up. You go for it. And it's red, right? Red means rear. It says right there on the right side. Red for the rear bonus. And then Steel Fangs is next, right? And then you have Hunter Sting, and the icons are green. The only one that's lit is Flanks Bang Fang. Look off to the right, 400 when executed from the target's flank. There's your bonus, continuation of Death Rattle. That's pretty much it. Your timers will always be, you know, if you do your rotation correctly, you won't really have to pay attention to Hunter's Instinct and Swift Skill. Just like before, you don't really pay attention to these timers because you're going to be doing your rotation and they'll always just be popping off. Does that make sense? And then Vice Winder is a name change, right? From Dreadwinder to Vice Winder. And this doesn't, Noxious Gnash is gone. So like if you were to do like an opener, let's see, because Vice Winder's potency is 500 versus this over here for Reaving Fangs is 200 and the Hone Reaver's potency is 300, right? So when you do Vice Winder, it does not get you Hone Steel. It doesn't get you that. Now Hunter's Coil, it's the positionals are still here. We still have 4 positionals. Hunter's Coil, it's a flank, right? And you come over here to Twin Fang Bite and then Twin Blood Bite. Then you have Swift Skin's Coil, which is a rear positional. And then we go Twin Blood Bite into Twin Fang Bite. And then if you want to, I typically don't bother with Uncoiled Fury until I have 3 stacks. The 3 diamonds, that's when I usually use that. But you can do that if you want to. I typically wait for the 3 diamonds. So once I go through these charges, and then I go back over to the normal rotation. That's just typically what I do. But now that they don't have the Noxious Gnash, I'm wondering if the rotation's going to change a bit. Everything else stayed the same. Like Reawaken, all that stuff, all that continuation stuff, it all stayed the same. So here's what that rotation looks like. None of these are positionals. It's all here. I will say it may be a placebo, but it looks like the animation looks larger. The animation looks larger and it reaches a larger radius, but I think they changed that in 7.01, if I'm not mistaken. I've been leveling other jobs since 7.0 dropped. So once I hit 100 Viper, I moved on. So if somebody can tell me they changed that, the animation graphic in 7.01, just drop a comment, let us all know. But when it goes to the AOE side, right? What changed on the AOE side? So now we have Reaving Maw, which grants you Hone Steel, no more Noxious Gnash. So here we go. You have 2 here that flashes. You can choose whatever you want. It's the same as before. I always pick the same button that it was on before. That's just for ease of use. And then Bloodied Maw, you have a timer here, Hone Steel, where it says potency of Steel Fangs and Steel Maw is increased, right? But we've already pressed that button, so it's really, we're past that potency. You get what I'm saying? So we'll click it again. Now we have a continuation of Last Lash. And then we have our timers up of Swift Scaled. And we have Grim Hunter's Venom. Potency of Jagged Maw is increased. So Jagged Maw is increased. So here's Last Lash. Then we have Steel Maw. Jagged Maw. We're still looking for that. Jagged Maw is right here. Jagged Maw is increased. So basically, there's 60. It's the same as before. So you have Reading Maw. This says potency of Bloodied Maw is increased. So basically, you basically just click the ones that are lit up, same as before. For AOE, for both single target and AOE. Hunter's Bite, Jagged Maw, yeah. You just go basically what's lit up. Hasn't really changed, honestly. And let's go to Vice Pit. It's a new name, Vice Pit. Delivery and attack with a potency of 220 to all nearby enemies. It grants you Rattling Coil up to a maximum of 3. Maximum charges 2. Shared recast with Vice Winder. Okay, that hasn't changed. You click this, and now you have Hunter's Den. You also have Swiftskin's Den. You click this, same as before. Twin Fang Thresh and Twin Blood Thresh. I think that name has changed. I don't remember saying the word Thresh before. I could be wrong. That sounds new to me. Twin Blood Thresh. And now we have 2 diamonds. I'll go ahead and pop this off. And this is still ranged. None of that's changed. Vice Pit. And then Hunter's Den. Back to all this stuff. Swiftskin's Den. Twin Blood Thresh. Twin Blend. Yep. And they're back over to the AoE of this. And then we go back into the Viper stuff, right? With the continuation, the generation stuff. So this is... None of this has really changed, in my humble opinion. Is I haven't quite figured out as I'm recording is what would be your opener, right? I mean, obviously you'd go in with Slither, which Slither feels really good now. Writhing Snap hasn't changed. It's the same. Potency may have been increased, but it looked like all the potency was increased. But now, what would we do here? Would you open up with Vice Winder, or would you open up with your normal, over here? That's the question. And the way I'm looking at the potencies here, you have 300 for the potency here versus 500 potency. So if you are, this is what I would do. If you're in like a normal dungeon daily, doing your daily roulettes and stuff like that, I would probably just do your, I'd probably go into Vice Winder. But if you're doing like really hardcore raiding and you want to stay within that buff window of what everyone else is granting the party, what I would probably do is I would probably open up with Reaving Fangs or whatever one you have open here, because I'm in the middle of rotation here, so the names may have changed. But I'd probably open up with this, and I would do this first, just like this. And when that continuation pops, after that continuation, right? Let me look at the name of that real quick. So let's do this. Once you see Death Rattle pop, I would then probably move over to Vice Winder. It's probably what I would do if I was in a raid where you're waiting for the party-wide buff. And I would repeat that same process, right? And then once your charges are up, I would come right back over here and knock out this rotation. Look for the colors. You're going to have your green, red, typical stuff, right? Your flank is going to be green. Rear is going to be red. That's probably how I would treat that. If you're in a hardcore raid and trying to get that buff timer window in there, I'd probably do that. It's really subjective. I know you guys are watching this. You're probably like really heavy on min-maxing. Drop a comment and seriously drop your opinion on what this new rotation would be. I always have different rotations depending on the scenario, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing pugs, you're doing normal dailies, you're doing, serious raiding, what you choose. But if I were to do this, I'm going to repeat myself here. I would probably start with the Swift Skin Sting and Hunter Sting, all that stuff. And once that continuation pops of Death Rattle, once you hit that, come over to Vice Winder and then do your rotational right there, your positionals and all that stuff. And because I have 3 diamonds, that's typically what I wait is I do the 3 diamonds here, right? And then if you have a charge, go right back into the charge and then do your rotation here. And then once your charges are up, go right back over here to Hunter Sting, Flank Sting, Strike, continuation. Basically do this rotation over here, like the Swift Skin Sting, Hind Sting, Strike, and then continuation. I'd probably wait for your charges to come up. You have a flank right here, flanks, bang, bang, continuation. Back to rear. It's probably what I would do. And then now we have a charge up. Let me get that continuation, and then boom, we go right into the charge of that rotation over here to this side. Okay. And then in between all that, you would go ahead and pop, Serpent's Ire, get Reawaken going, You know, I'm just talking this out in real time and not really doing the, you know, exact min-maxing, but I literally just read the patch notes and thought I'd fire up a recording and be like, okay, this is kind of what I'm learning here, how it changed. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for some of you guys. I know there was a lot of people that really was hoping that they would get rid of, me included. I was kind of hoping they would get rid of 2 of the positionals. I kind of feel like as an example here, when you go into your charged rotation of the Vice Winder, they changed the name of that. I was hoping that the skills Hunter's Coil and Swiftskin's Coil, I was hoping they would have gotten rid of the positionals for those. I don't think those need positionals, in my humble opinion. But they didn't do that. They kept it the same. I'm cool with the positionals over here with Reaving Fangs and Steel Fangs. Like that didn't really bother me so much. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, subscribe, comment below. Thanks. Take it easy.